हेलो फ्रेंड्स, वेलकम बैक टू माय चैनल द ग्लोबल रिक्रूटमेंट एक्सपर्ट। आई होप आप सब ठीक होंगे। सो आई हैव वन गुड न्यूज़ फॉर यू इन केस यू आर लुकिंग फॉर वर्क परमिट इन कनाडा। चाहे आप कनाडा के अंदर हैं या कनाडा के बाहर हैं और आप अपने टेम्परेरी स्टेटस को वर्क परमिट में कन्वर्ट करना चाहते हैं या उसके बारे में सोच रहे हैं। So there is a golden opportunity for everyone because Canadian government is launching a pilot program in September 2023, and it will be beneficial for all of us. So when I say a pilot program means that this program will be there for limited point of time. So what we have to do, what everybody has to do, is just to ensure that you collect the best of the information and look out for it, because what happens most of the time, any program which has been launched by Canadian government, we do not pay attention to it and we miss the train. So do all your research and just make sure that you apply on time while post doing all your research. In this video we will be covering entirely about this program, what is new about this program as compared to the other programs that's been launched in the past, what are the requirements which are there, from employer side, what is the time frame we need to apply for this program, and how to apply for this program. So all these questions I will be covering up and I will be answering in this video, so stick around. Without wasting any further time, let's get started. So the name of the program is Recognized Employer Pilot Program, which will be getting launched in September 2023. There are two phases of the program. The first phase will be launched soon. The second phase will be launched in the coming year, that is 2024. We will be talking about the phases later. Let's talk about what are the benefits that we will be getting from this program, which is Recognized Employer Pilot Program, which is getting launched by the Canadian government in September 2020. So in order to get a work permit, you need to have an active LMIA. What is LMIA? LMIA is Labor Market Impact Assessment to apply directly for a work permit. There are some exemptions which are there for LMIA. Some of the employers do not need to have an LMIA, but in most of the cases LMIA is needed to get converted into a full-time work permit. So I'm going to talk a little about LMIA. What is LMIA? So most of the people are aware of LMIA, but there are few people which are new and which they really do not know about the process. So I will talk a little about LMIA. LMIA is Labor Market Impact Assessment. So every employer needs to get an approved LMIA from Government of Canada. There is a separate department which is called ESDC, Employer Development Social Canada, from where the employer put in their application for LMIA to get approved. So once the application is approved by ESDC, the employer is now eligible to hire skilled labor from outside Canada. So this is what is called LMIA. So what is happening till now, that people are getting LMIA for 2 years, which they majorly complete in somewhere around 18 months to 24 months. And they've been facing a lot of challenges and difficulties because, in case they finish off with their 2 years of LMIA, then it will be very difficult for them to work. So the same situation is with the employer as well, because they get LMIA approved from ESTC for 2 years, and in case the LMIA is nearing to the lapse of it, and they are worried about it because they have to apply again to the ESDC to get that approved LMIA so that they can give it to the employee. So it's like a difficult situation for the employer as well as employee. So just to cope up with this thing, the Government of Canada has came up with a new program which will be launching in September 2023. So with this program, what is happening now? So the LMIA, which was supposed to be for 2 years, now the Government of Canada is extending that LMIA to 36 months. That's nearly 3 years. So instead of 2 years, the LMIA is getting extended for 3. So there is another benefit for this. So what you were getting previously, you were getting a work permit which was for 2 years, but now technically you will be getting a work permit which will be for 4 years. I'll explain you how. So once you get your approved LMIA from the employer, so they give you LMIA for 2 years, and with that you are on 2 years of work permit. So but ultimately with this new program, the government is giving employer an approved LMIA for 3 years. So once you finish off with your 2 years of work with permit with an LMIA to the employer, and you again apply for it, they can rapidly give you another work permit for 2 years, because the employer already has an approval from the government for 3 years of LMIA. So that means technically now your permit will be for 4 years instead of 2 years, which is something very good. So technically, in case your LMIA is getting expired within 1 year, you don't have to be worried about it, because your LMIA is getting expired with you, but not with the employer, right? Because they already have an approval for 3 years. So now instead of 2 years of work permit, you are actually getting 4 years of work permit. And in these 4 years, you can apply for PR in different programs, which is a very good news for everyone. The next benefit that you will be getting is quick program and a fast program and a simplifier program. So quicker and faster and simplifier LMIA. So now you must be wondering that why this program is quicker and faster. So as you know, the name of the program is Recognized Employer Program. So once the employer apply for this program based on their history, their past history, how they've been doing with the different employees, a proper scrutiny will be done. And initially it will be a difficult process, as in like it's going to take a little time, but once they get their recognized status as a approved recognized LMIA employer, it will be a quick and a faster process for everybody, because once they get the status and you apply for an LMIA, you first thing first, as I mentioned, that instead of getting 2 years of work permit, now technically you will be getting a 4 years of work permit, because they will be getting approved for 3 years of LMIA from the government of Canada. The benefit that you will be getting is now you know that you're applying for an LMIA with a recognized status, because as I mentioned that it's a employee recognized program from government of Canada. So when you go onto the website jobbank.bc.ca, because that's an official website where you apply and you look for your jobs, I will also leave the description, leave the link in the description, so you can straight away get onto that website jobbank.bc.ca. So when you look for, because when you apply for LMIA, you have to look for a job. So this is the government job website. So every employer has to put in their jobs over there at jobbank.bc.ca. Now you know that once you pick and choose any job from there, you can figure it out whether it is a recognized employer or not. So when you visit that website jobbank.bc.ca, from September onwards, you will also be able to see the employer status as recognized status, because over there would be employers which will be shown as recognized employer, because in case it shows that they are recognized employer status, that means they have applied for this program and proper scrutiny is been done for them, and they've been given this this recognized status based on the history that they have in the past, how they have behaved with the employees. Are they main focused on their safety and security, what kind of work environment they are providing. So accordingly they will be getting that status, and you can pick and choose the employers from there, from going ahead from September onwards, which is something which is very important and which will be very beneficial for everyone. During the course of time, you can take 2 + 2 years of work permit. So the next that we're going to talk about are the phases. As I mentioned initially that this program will be launched in 2 phases. So the first phase will be launched in September 2023. So when we talk about the first phase is covering the knock codes majority with the agriculture sector. So in case you are in agriculture sector, this is a great news for you, because the first phase covers majority of knock codes for the agriculture sector. So I'm going to show it to you on screen as well, and what are the knock codes that they are covering.
So in phase one occupational list, we have majority of the knock codes which are in the agriculture sector. You can also look at the screen and see. So we have livestock laborers, we have harvesting laborers, we have specialized livestock workers and farm machinery operators. In case you have some experience in machinery operators, you can also look out for this. We have nursery and greenhouse laborers. So overall, it's majorly all related to agriculture sector. So all in all agriculture related is covered in this phase.
So now you must be worried there is nothing for you. So this program is not for you at all. So no need to lose heart, because the next phase that they are covering most of the occupations which everybody have, right? So all the other knock codes will be covered in the next phase. So I will be showing, displaying it on the screen, and we will be talking a little more about what are the knock codes that they will be covering in the next phase.
So in phase two occupational list, all the other occupations are been covered, such as engineering managers. We have the STEM category. We have architecture and science managers. We have land surveyors. We have nursing coordinators and supervisors. We have chiropractors. We have optometrists. We have physicians assistant, physiotherapist. We have medical sonographers, licensed practical nurse, psychologists, we have cleaners, we have chefs, we have cooks. So overall, in this second occupancy list, all majority of the occupations are being covered.
There's a lot more to it. So everything is covered. They have tried to cover up everything. They have covered STEM, they have covered health is covered, they have covered the food industries, they have covered chef. So overall, they have tried to cover up everything. And the restaurants are also covered. In case you get LMIAs through different restaurants, it's also been covered. So if in case you fall in any of these knock codes, it will be starting from the phase 2, which will be starting in from January 2024. The main thing now is that you have to start doing preparation, how to apply for all these kind of jobs which are recognized by the Canadian government for recognized employers. So you have to do your preparation, go onto the website jobbank.ca, jobbank.bc.ca, and you have to start looking for those kind of jobs. In most of the cases, it has been heard and it has been shown in videos that, you know, to get an LMIA, you have to spend a lot of money. But you don't have to spend money, because what I have noticed watching few videos, that, you know, people are charging $30,000, $40,000 to give LMIA, which is actually not legal as per the Canadian government, because the Canadian government never asked even the employer to pay that much amount of money. So the employers have to look out for the skills which are niche in Canada. That is the reason they put in request in front of the government to get approved LMIA, and accordingly the government of Canada give LMIA. So the employers also need employees, and for that employees do not need to pay any money to them. Okay, this is all business which has been done, and all the businessmen are doing this. So it will be very helpful and beneficial for the people who are looking for LMIA and through a recognized employer. The Canadian government has also clearly mentioned on their website as well that, you know, you don't have to pay money to anybody, not even $1,000, forget about $30,000 or $40,000 to anybody to get an LMIA from anyone, talk about any business. So if you are skilled enough and you have that skill, you should know the process how to apply for it, and you don't have to pay to anybody. Please don't waste your money and giving it $30,000 or $40,000 to everyone. If you do not know the process how to apply for it, I will be covering this up a little, so that you know how to apply for these LMIA jobs, and you need to pick and choose the approved and recognized employers from there. I have covered this topic in my previous video, but I will be covering a little more about it, how to look out for LMIA approved jobs and how to apply for it, what are the filters that we have to apply. So I will go into the website, that is jobbank.bc.ca, and we will be working together to understand how to look out for a job, what are kind of filters that we can apply, so that we can choose the best employer and apply for a job, for an LMIA approved jobs.
So you can go to the website jobbank.gc.ca. So over here, once you get onto this website, you can select the location, all of Canada from here. You can look out for an advanced filter, and accordingly, once you select the advanced filter, you can select the province or territory that you wanted to go for, and you can also look out for LMI approved employers who are looking for LMI approved jobs as well. You can look out for the employers who are looking for international candidates who are they're looking for people outside Canada. So you can also look out and filter it out accordingly, what kind of a job you're looking for, a permanent job or a full-time job. And once you should know all the filters that you wanted to apply, and once you put in all the filters, you will get the you can come figure out the kind of a job you're looking for, and you can apply it from here.
So now we're going to talk about which all employers are eligible for the program, what are their eligibility requirement, which they have to prove themselves in front of Canadian government to get this recognized status. So the eligibility requirements, the basic requirements that the employer has in order to get approved for this program is, in the last 5 years, they must have got at least 3 LMIAs which are in positive standing. So when I say in positive standing, that means they've been able to meet the expectation as per the government of Canada, talk about the safety and security of the employees, and they are having a good history, so they have positive feedbacks about from the employees. So this is something which is very good for us, because with this program now we get to know that we are applying with an employer who is recognized and who is in good standing, and we will be having a good professional experience with these employees. So sometimes it happens when you apply for an LMI through a consultant, they give you fake job offers, or they give you offers uh, which are not genuine offers, and the working conditions are also not good. They promise something, but once you reach and land over there, you see that the working conditions are not good. Whatever they actually showed it to you, it is not actually the same when you land up there, and they try to exploit you. So at that point of time, what happens, you just try to adjust with things because you think that you have spent money, and now you are in the clutches of these employers. So left with no choice, you continue working in those pathetic conditions. So the government of Canada has thought a lot about it, and they did a lot of research, and based on that only they have decided that they're going to pick and choose the employers in the last 5 years who have got 3 positive LMIAs, and for those employers only they are eligible to get approved from the Canadian government for this program, with which they get recognized employer status. Condition is very important condition, and this is for employer only as per the Canadian government. So they should have the highest safety and working conditions for the workers. So all the parameters are already set. So they're going to judge the employers based on the highest safety and working conditions, because what happens in most of the cases, they invite you, sending you an LMIA offer, and you've been exploited badly. So this is something which is of utmost importance to the Canadian government, taking their decision with regards to giving approval to an employer for this program. Because what happens in most of the LMIA cases is that you get close permit. So when I say getting a close permit, that means you get stuck with that employer only. That means you cannot go outside of that employer, and you have to work. So they try to exploit you. The terms and conditions which are not there in the offer letter, which they have sent it to you, they ask you to work on it. So this is something which is very important and very beneficial, because with this now you know that what kind of an employer that will be, and they should be more focused about your safety and working conditions. That means you are not been not been exploited by. That is not all. Besides this, there are more benefits. So in case an employer who has negative feedbacks in the past, or they're not been able to fulfill the requirement, and somebody has complained about these employers and they've got negative LMIA in the past 5 years, then again these employers are not eligible to apply for the program, and they would not be able to get this recognized status. So overall, it's like a win-win situation for us, because now we will be in the hand of the employers who are actually genuine employers and who are the recognized status. So it's a good news for everyone. So as per the portal, as you see a recognized employer, I would say that just apply instantly, because these are the employers who are the best for you, because they have really shown themselves and proved themselves in front of the Canadian government, and based on meeting all the requirements as per the Canadian government, they've been recognized as the employer and they've given this recognized status. And also with these recognized employers, you get because they get 3 years of LMIA, so you get initially 2 years of LMIA, but technically you will get 2 plus 2, that means 4 years of work permit as a whole. So there's another interesting thing that I wanted to talk about today. So in case these employers are not compliant, that they are not been able to meet the requirement as per the Canadian government, which has laid down, and based on the scrutiny they have done it with these employers, and they have given them recognized status, then in case they're not able to meet the requirement, they will be banned for 2 years. It's not only that they'll be banned for 2 years, they will be fined as well, and their company name and everything will also reflect on the Canadian government website. So you can also go over there. I will show it on the screen, that how you can go and check out, and it shows that how much they've been fined for. So you'll get to know that when you are applying for an employer for an LMIA, you know that this employer is not banned, and this would be the right employer for you.
So here is the list of employers who were found non-compliant as per the guidelines which is laid down by the government of Canada. So over here, what you can see that what kind of penalty in terms of monetary penalty they have got, and the name of the companies are also been given in detail, and you can also see that some of the employers have got fined for $10,000, and we can also see an employer who's been fined for $135,000. So it's not only about the monetary penalty; they also get penalized for getting banned for 2 years. So you can, when you're applying for it, you can come onto this page and check it out and see that which all employers are good for you, and you can apply accordingly. So this is something which has been good, because everything is very transparent over here, and the government of Canada has posted everything online.
This was all about the program and the complete information. So let me quickly summarize what we have discussed today. So we have discussed today that the LMIA program has become more simplifier, or more quicker and more faster. As per the new program, now the LMIA will be, instead of 2 years, it will be for 3 years, which will be given to the employer based on the scrutiny and everything that has been done by the government of Canada. And at the same point of time, this program will be in 2 phases. The first phase will be launched in September 2023. So the people who are into the NOC category of agriculture, this is a good news for them, because initially the first phase will be launched in September 2023, followed up with the other NOC codes. Please don't lose heart, because the first phase is agriculture phase, the second phase is there covering up every field and every NOC code. So it will be for you. So once you see the recognized status of an employer on the website that I have discussed with you, right, jobbank.bc.ca, you just quickly look at it and apply for it, because they are the employers who have been recognized by the government of Canada, and you are the person who would be benefit out of it, because now there would be less exploitation of the employers. At the same point of time, it would be very beneficial, because you know your employers very well, and accordingly you apply for it. So it covers up, and at the same point of time, instead of 2 years of LMIA, because the government is giving LMIA for 3 years to the employers, now you can have 2 + 2 years of work permit. So technically it will be 4 years of work permit instead of 2 years of work. So I hope you have liked the video, and if you like the video, please subscribe to my channel, because from time to time I keep on giving updates about different programs that we have in Canada. And you can also follow me on my Facebook and on my Instagram channel that I have, and where I keep on posting frequently. So thank you very much for giving time today, and see you all in my next video. Until goodbye. Thank you.